What's up, guys? I just got back from the river and I got some cool finds here. So I got this little yellow belly catfish, which is awesome. I wanted one of those to eat the dead minnows, so I got one. And a bunch of creek chubs. And we also have some crawfish. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, here we go. I got 3 crawfish. So there's 2 of them. And as I was looking, I thought I caught a small minnow, but it's actually that dude right there, who's slightly bigger than the smaller ones, is a baby bluegill. Like a super tiny bluegill, probably just hatched. And then that's the little black crappie. He hasn't been eating, so we put him in here. And luckily the other day, Bree caught him eating a minnow. He had a minnow's tail sticking out of his mouth. And I also added this. This is a big black crappie I caught. He's like 11 and a half, 12 inches. Very beautiful. Oh, and I guess I also added this too. We found this down at the beach. It's just a log that's been chainsawed up. But I thought it looked pretty and the fish would like it. I have a rock on it right now because it's going to take 2 weeks or so to be able to sink and not float away. And look at the smallmouth. He was running out of creek chubs. There's only 2 left. You can see how humongous he is right now. Look at his belly. Wow. Bree said when she left for work this morning there was 2 creek chubs left and they were huge. And when I got up there was only 1. So he ate a creek chub a little smaller than that one. He would have been next, I bet, which would be insane. You can see. I'm very surprised the smallmouth even ate that one. He doesn't even eat minnows anymore. He just goes after the big creek chubs. Look how fat he is. Wow. And the little largemouth, he's been eating. Been doing good. And I actually took the rock bass out. The rock bass was getting way too aggressive. He wouldn't let any fish on this like half of the tank. All the other fish were just having to hang out over here because he was chasing after him, even the smallmouth. So now the smallmouth's back to acting normal, swimming around. These are crawdads. As soon as I put them in, they're getting a fight. I'm hoping that they leave the fish alone and they don't try to go after them. Hopefully they can find some rocks to get under. Looks like they're trying. But I think it'd be really cool if I could grow that little bluegill I just showed you to a bluegill this size. That bluegill there is probably 7.5 inches. Yeah, I might be able to. I just had him out of the water, so now would be the best time to do it again. To show you guys how pretty this bluegill is. Wow. Look at that. Look at the colors on it. Very cool. I thought it was a minnow at first, but pulled him out and it was a little bluegill. I don't think that the little crappie will eat him, and actually, since he's eating again, the little crappie, I'll probably put him away. Put him back in the big tank. I mean, and I also have, Bree has hermit crabs. So she bought this fish tank at first because they're a lot cheaper than hermit crab, whatever these things are called, terrariums. So now she has a 125 gallon one, and this one is 75 gallons. So depending on whether or not this thing is sturdy enough to hold that much, that's like, I don't even know, 500 pounds of water. It would be somewhere around there. We may just drop this to the floor and fill it up with water, but I think it'd really be cool to put that little bluegill in there, so the little bluegill could be in there by himself. maybe with that little crappie. But and once we move out of this place, which I don't know when that'll be, probably a couple of years, I'm planning on getting a place with a basement, concrete floor, so I can get a big tank, like 400, 500 gallons. That would be very cool. Here's the tank. Also, the next fish I'm going to be releasing are going to be these wiper. They're just, out of any of these fish, they're the least happiest for sure. They're always just swimming up and down the glass. Which they're pretty free range fish. They're not really fish tank fish, where I'd say is all of these other fish, even the smallmouth, they're pretty cool with just being in a tank, but you can definitely tell these guys, they're not having it anymore. When they were little, they were cool. They'd actually act normal like the other fish, but now all they do is just swim up against the glass. There's that little largemouth. He eats like a tank too. Hoping he gets bigger soon. He should. He already looks a little bigger than when I got him. Big crappie's beautiful. Largemouth was looking at that crawfish. The bluegill was eyeing one of the crawfish up. I'm glad to see that the crawfish aren't just latching onto the fish and not letting them go. I thought that might be an issue. The crawfish would tear their fins up, but so far they're acting pretty cool. They're just looking for somewhere to hide, which none of these rocks are really big enough for them to get under. So I might have to get some bigger ones for those guys. Well, that bread cleared up though. That filter I have, the FX4, is really awesome. This tank's actually lightweight for it, because I think they're rated at, like, the smallest tank it suggests is 200 gallons. And this is 125 gallons, so it has no problem at all with this. And I don't even do the monthly maintenance. I checked it 1 month in and everything was fine. I just added some more biofilter balls and that was about it. Everything was real clean. But I probably will go through and check it maybe in like a month or so. Or if I notice anything wrong. Black crappie. It's weird. This one here is a black crappie, but he's not as dark as the other one. The other ones. And then the white crappie is back right there, hiding. He's still really shy. Yeah, the smallmouth definitely has a lot of food now. There's probably 10 or 12 more chubs, which is awesome. And check the water temp. Jeez, that is warm. 77 degrees water temp. Gosh. I think every week I'm gonna go down, like take out 10 or 20% of the water and just fill it with straight colder water. Just because if that's how it is now in early spring, I can only imagine when it's dead summer how hot it's gonna get. And we don't even use our AC yet. So that honestly, that should help once we close the house up and use AC. That should get the water temp down to a more reasonable level. But I'm really excited about this yellow belly because previously I've had to just throw all my dead minnows away. Right now I got them over there by the Frable in a net. But now when one dies, just plop them in and that yellow belly should be all over him. So that's cool. I got to get 5 pets out of that adventure, which the crawfish, they're gonna probably get eaten, I'd imagine, eventually. Maybe not right off the rip. It's that little bluegill again. Alright guys, there's a little update. Also in the future, when this channel gets bigger, I will be just having a channel dedicated to fishing, because I know that right now there's probably only a few followers that really watch these as soon as they're posted, but I want to get a bigger community just surrounded around the fish, so I could do just long feeding videos, long just videos of like something like an angle like this, or I'll close the windows up so there's no glare and get a good angle. Figure that out, and we can do longer videos like that. Because honestly, I think it's just relaxing to watch fish in a fish tank videos, and I think it's cool to watch them all interact with each other how they would in nature. Alright, we'll wrap the video up, guys. Thanks for watching.